Today we're going to be rating Champions of Kamigawa, the first of what would be many Kamigawa sets to redefine the future of Magic the Gathering. I'm going to start off with Gifts Ungiven. It's a blue 3 generic instant. Search your library for 4 cards with different names and reveal them. Target opponent chooses 2 of those cards and puts the chosen cards in your graveyard, and the rest goes into your hand. Then shuffle your library. This ends up being actually quite a broken card. It's actually snap banned in Commander, but it also would become one of the main combo pieces to reinvent the modern Storm deck. If you know what Storm is, it danger, all right? It danger, because you can like just dump Past in Flames into your graveyard the same way you would probably break it in Commander, and it's like a tutor that can just combo off by itself. It would maybe stay dormant for quite a long time. Do you know what? No, it had a combo immediately with, what's it called? Unburial Rites. It was born a combo card. It was always meant to be a combo card, and it'll get banned a combo card. All right, next up we've got Arcanus calls dibs on Yosei, the Morning Star. Yosei the Morning Star is a white 4 generic 5/5 legendary dragon spirit. A lot of legends in this set, which also made it quite a terrible set at the time, but then would age very well into the future. Flying, when Yosei the Morning Star dies, target player skips his or next untap step. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then tap up to 5 target permanents that player controls. That's terrible. Okay, so it dies. I tap down your stuff. Oh, by the way, you don't get to untap anything anymore. All right, go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Not get your $200. That $200, that's your untap step. So anyway, yeah, a legendary creature. But if you got yours out first, your opponent back then couldn't play their own, because the legend rule was just god awful back in the day. It's pretty terrible. Yeah, you like your Morning Stars. They had a lot of cool legendary spirits back then. All right, we'll go with Turiat's Ghostly Prison. You have no idea how many decks have been trying to be built off of this. Hold on, where is the OG? I want the OG one. There we go, from Champions of Kamigawa. Oh, you want to attack? Stop right there, criminal scum. You cannot attack unless you pay 2 for each creature that is going to attack me, which is the player you're attacking. Destroyed in one of the first battles of the Kami War, the town of Reito will still grieved. For a white 2 generic, it's an enchantment, which makes it difficult to destroy. You have enough of these things out, you're not attacking your opponent at all. And this actually, what came out first? Ghostly Prison or Propaganda? Maybe Propaganda came out first. I know I got Propaganda. It's the same card, one for blue, one for white. This is originally from... Oh, this came out first. Long time ago. Alright, we got White Stole Blues. Yeah, White Stole Blues enchantment. Everyone's stealing from blue. Blue used to do everything except pump creatures up. It's the only thing it couldn't do. Platonic Liquid with Isamaru. Oh, by the way, this card is amazing. So far, all these cards are bangers. This card's a good card. I mean, particularly in Commander, this card alone will tell your opponents, okay, do you want to waste your mana attacking me, or you want to attack for free somewhere else, all right? You gotta pay the toll around here. This is like that stupid, road toll that you have to pay like $1 to move through. What if you can't pay that toll? Then what? What are they gonna do with your car? You have anywhere else to go? Is there like a lane where you can escape? Are they gonna helicopter you back to the city? I don't get it. Anyway, you gotta pay the 2 mana. You don't pay the 2 mana, you get nothing. Okay, let's go back to Isamaru. Isamaru! The doggo! Okay, it's a white 2/2 legendary dog. Just slightly better than, what's it called? Savannah Lions. Honestly, card did not age very well. There was someone tried to play this card in a Mox Amber deck, because Mox Amber was an artifact. It was it's a Mox, but only adds mana if you have a legendary creature out. So this allows you to like basically have fast mana, but it didn't quite work out because the only unique thing about this card is that it's legendary. Frankly, 1 mana 2 power creature, not particularly a big deal in 2023. But it's legendary. Oh, well, that sucks, but also it's good for Mox Amber. But anyway, did not stand the test of time whatsoever. Maybe one day Isamaru will have its light. Love me that dog. Everyone loves doggos. Very strong doggo, by the way. Okay, Sensei's Divining Top. The only thing we need to discuss with Sensei's Divining Top is what is the best art. This card is insane. So it's banned in Modern for... I don't even know if it's banned in Modern for the right reasons. But anyway, it's a 1 mana artifact. Pay 1, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them back in any order you want. So you got like a constant brainstorm-like effect, except not drawing cards. But then again, you can draw the card, because you can tap, and then you can draw a card, and then put Sensei's Divine Top on top of its owner's library, which is going to be you. You're the owner. That's amazing. So it's effectively like a brainstorm almost every single turn, although you have to pay an additional mana in order to pull that off. Great with, I mean, it got banned in Legacy because it was busted with Miracle decks. First off, it was a strong deck. No one mix it up. Don't be saying, oh, Miracles was very fair, it was a crappy deck, they shouldn't have banned since it was a strong deck, but in addition to being really strong, this is a very dirtily card. People waste an insane amount of time, especially if you're like a good player. Actually, if you are very good or very bad, you'll waste a lot of time with this card. When you're in the middle, you don't care too much about your options, but you care enough that you want to get the game going. So, you know, you're really good in the middle. Anyway, huge time waster, but insanely powerful. Very, very good. Look at the arts. You know what? I love the OG art, but I think I like this Kamigawa Neon Dynasty one a little bit more. But you know what? That's maybe a show for another day. Actually, no, that is the show today. That wasn't actually technically printed in the set. Alan loves 8.5 Tails. Hold on, I didn't even see the Champions of Kamigawa art. There we go. That's the OG. Okay, 8.5 Tails. Aren't like a lot of decks built around this? Why do you like it? It's fun and unique. Not overly powerful, but I love it. Oh, we got a white 2/2 Fox Cleric. That little foxy on the board. See the Champions version. And it's legendary, of course. A 2/2. Pay a white, 1 generic. Target permanent you control gains protection from white until end of turn. Now, why would you want that? Well, because for an additional mana, target spell or permanent becomes white until end of turn. So you want to target my 8.5 Tails? Well, guess what? Gonna give it protection from white, then turn your spell into white so you can't blow up my 8.5 Tails. Absolutely not. Cool card. Dirtlier than scummy Simic players. You know what? I can't speak for the Simic players. They're pretty dirtly too, especially with all their stupid counters and proliferate. That's really annoyingly dirtily. And I think token players are the worst, actually, because they're like, where's my tokens? Where do I get more tokens? Unless they use dice. I think the token players are the slowest, in my opinion. Maybe I've never played against a slow proliferate player. Okay, we got Minkoa. Thank you very much for the super chat. We got Oath of Druids, Best Friend, Forbidden Orchard. All right, this came from the champions. Look how many bangers, absolute game-defining bangers that came out of this. What you said? This is Oath. Oh yeah, this is Oath of Druid's Best Friend, or any deck that requires your opponents to have more creatures than you. Okay, it's a land. Tap. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. And whenever you tap Forbidden Orchard, you may get a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token into play under target opponent's control. In exchange for my 1 mana, here is a gift from me to you. Beware, the gift has spirits. This looks like an enemy. Looks like it's open. It's not any good. This orchard is up to no good. It comes with pests. Open packs only for the tokens. I only buy tokens. I'm a token buyer. I don't like opening packs. I've said this many times. I got look, I still got packs of new Phyrexia here, where Phyrexia all will be one. I'm never opening them. They're worthless to me, basically. All right, so this was an amazing card. Okay, yo, little Ted with the time stop. Are we stopping time? What is this, a blue, 4 generic, end the turn? Actually, a very unique ability. Not many cards with this ability. I mean, they have Sundial the Infinite, but if you need it for blue, there you go. It's the ultimate counter spell. Anything on the stack, it's gone. Abilities, gone. End step triggers, also gone. Also a very good card. A little expensive though. Do a giveaway for the packs? You want me to do more work? Look, it's almost too much work for me to open the pack. You want me to mail it now? This block was not well received when it came out, but it has aged very well. You better believe it. Well, legendary creatures sucked back then. Look at this legendary creature. Let's go back to 8.5 tails. If I get my 8.5 tails out back then, you can't play yours. What an awful drafting experience that must have been. It was just terrible. All right, let's take a look at Canty's Rend Spirit. Rend Spirit. It is a black 2 generic instant. Destroy target spirit. No! The Spirit fam, the Spirit Squad. Very unhappy to see this card. Good news for the Spirit Squad, it's not better than Doomblade. Actually, in fact, it's a lot worse. It's a very poor card. Toilet Duck with Budoka Gardener. Budoka, you say? Oh, yeah, I liked this. I like the turn flippy around, the card flipper aroundy thing. I like it more than flip cards. I really like this design. I really don't care. They should bring it back. I don't care if it's ambiguous when they're tapped. I mean, we basically know what's going on, right? Okay, the Gardener. A green 1 generic, 2/1. Tap, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you control 10 or more lands, flip Budoka Gardener. By itself, it's not that bad. So it's like ramp for 2 mana. And we don't get the ability immediately. You gotta tap every other turn, but it's not the worst card ever. So what do we flip into? The Dokai Weaver of Life. For 6 mana, it's tap, create an XX green elemental creature token where X is the number of lands you control. Also not bad, but overall not that great. This is a lot of work for a creature. We need 10 lands in play, then we're making the tokens. It's better than Doomblade for Black Spirits. All right, true story. For the Spirit Destroyer card. All right, next up, we got Nova McKenzie, massive super chat. Merry Christmas, a little late, I know. No, it's okay. Happy holidays also to everybody else. Hope you had a good one. I had a great one. No card suggestion? That's okay. We can give the super chat to, we can give many super chats to Beanpot, Boseiju. Oh my god. Who shelters are all. There are so many combo cards in this set. I mean, combo players must be like, oh my god, they were just salivating gifts ungiven. Boseiju, Kiki Jiki. They were like over the top. They went insane because Boseiju shelters all. You know what combo players hate? Counter spells. You know what beats that? Boseiju who counters all. Sorry, who shelters all from counter spells. Okay, legendary land. Enters the battlefield tapped, and you can tap and pay 2 life, which is not a whole lot of life in the grand scheme of things, to add 1 mana to your mana pool. And if that mana is spent on an instant or sorcery spell, it can't be countered by spells or abilities. Counterspell players are like, what do we do about this? Do we have Wasteland? Do we have Stripmine, Ghost Quarter, Dust Bowl? Do I have anything? Can I interact with this? Especially, well, you can. You do get 1 turn. You get 1 turn's notice. It comes in the battlefield tapped. Anyway, it's an amazing card. One of the best. Can't forget Steve. Oh, Sakura Tribe Elder? Stevie. Was he from Champions? He was from Champions. This is one of the best ramp cards actually in the game, particularly in competitive Magic, because for a green 1 generic, you get a 1/1 Snake Shaman, which often can at least just block a creature. Like every ramp deck, they all have the same idea. I want to live to play my big creatures. So you play the Snake Shaman, block their creature, sack it, search your library for a basic land card, put onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. So you basically slow the game down while ramping. It was a 2-in-1. Very, very good card. Aged very well as well. Sam says, my friend runs Eye of Nowhere in his land destruction deck. What is Eye of Nowhere? Eye of Nowhere is a blue sorcery with Arcane. I don't even remember how that works really. I think you can combine it with another like Arcane spell, and then you get like a 2-in-1 sort of card. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. Turn target permanent to its own. Isn't that just boomerang? Oh, it's sorcery, though. Sorcery speed boomerang. Gotcha. Well, boomerang honestly doesn't see a whole lot of play today, so I can't see how Eye of Nowhere would do any better. Yes, it's like land destruction. It's land bounce. So you don't want your land destroyed, do you? Well, how about I return it to your hand? Platonic Liquid, thank you very much for your super chat. Reach through mists. Reach through mists is a blue. Instant. Draw a card. That's it? Oh, it's got arcane, so you combine it with what? How does it work? You combine it with like another arcane spell. Arcane trigger some spirit creature. I can't remember how arcane works. I know it's like a combo. Like you almost never see it being used, but like this card can be combined with another card as you cast it to get both effects. But you get reach through the mist still stays in your hand. You splice onto another spell by paying the splice costs. That is so confusing. There is, so it like, why don't they call it splice arcane? Can't they make it a little bit more clear how it works? Like, it's not intuitive. I'm not gonna figure this out on my own. Splice onto arcane. So another card splices onto it, is what you're telling me. Some cards later have something called splice into arcane so they can add its effect to an arcane spell. That's just great. We did Gift Ungiven, amazing card. Mr. Very Smart with Wandering Ones. I have a feeling that has a creepy picture. It does, well, it could be creepier, I guess. All right, the Blue Man group. 1 blue, 1/1 spirit. That's terrible. Wow, this is awful. This is literally just, this is Fugitive Wizard, for crying out loud. What is it? What is this, for spirit density or something? So the spirits can curve out? Okay, we got, Platonic Liquid loves the 1-drops. Loves the doggos at 1 mana, loves Wandering Ones. Okay, Abzo with Brother Yamazaki. This is a combo, right? This is like it's a red 2 generic 2/1 Bushido 1. If there are exactly 2 permanents named Brothers Yamazaki in play, the legend rule doesn't apply to them because they're brothers after all. Each other creature named Brothers Yamazaki gets +2/+2 and has haste. The brothers are stronger together. Either way, I don't think this sees any play at all. They're cute. What, with their hat? They're like walking skeletons to me. They're like walking skeletons in my opinion. Christopher B, you have competition. We have Christopher F, unless this is the exact same person. All right, Generals Kabuto. Generals Kabuto is a 4-mana equipment. Equipped creature can't be targeted by, can't be the target of spells or abilities. Oh, it's like Lightning Greaves back in the day. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to a equipped creature. That's not bad. And equipped too. Okay, so it's like indestructible in combat, and it's got basically hexproof. Or it's got Shroud, I would say. Not bad. I think that is very powerful casual card. Very powerful for casual magic. I just spouted some cards with Japanese art. I don't see it at the moment. Okay, we'll go to B. Jackstraw's Zozu. Oh my god, this card. The Punisher. They're gonna punish you! Alright, Zozu. It's a Goblin Warrior, a 2/2 for 3 mana. Whenever a land comes into play, Zozu the Punisher will deal 2 damage to that land's controller. You're gonna feel the pain to play your spells. It's not free to play spells around here. Everything hurts when Zozu the Punisher arrives. Better call a doctor. It hurts when you play lands. It hurts when you play spells. It hurts when you do anything. Oh, we got Tommy Siddons with Azami. By the way, this card is amazing. Okay, Azami, Lady of Scrolls. Okay, for the Commander players, what happened to this card? So if I understand correctly, this was like a broken Commander way back in the day, in the early inception of Commander. A blue 2 generic 0/2 human wizard, and the ability, tap and untap wizard you control, draw a card, means you know, the wizards are not affected by summoning sickness, really. You can just play your Azami, immediately tap her to draw a card, and this was apparently one of the more broken commanders back then. So, like, what happened? Why is she gone? I mean, I don't even think she's even remotely competitive. I don't even think anyone cares about Azami. You show Azami now, it's like, oh, whatever. Big deal. I'll flash my, what's it called? You flash your Azami, I'll flash my Orcish Bowmasters. This card is amazing, my favorite draw engine. Also one of my favorite draw engines as well, especially with Mind Over Matter. Power creep is amazing. It's a hell of a thing, isn't it? 3 blue pips. I know, I love the 3 blue pips. Oh, give me devotion. Anyway, still a good card. Very, very, very nice. One of the better ones back then. Lord Trevor with the super chat. Masako. The humorless. I have a strategy for her. Do you? We could have mentioned a little bit about that strategy. We have a white 2 generic 2/1 human advisor. You may play Masako the humorless anytime you could play an instant. Okay, so she has flash. What in a clunky way. Oh, I guess flash didn't exist back then? You know, sometimes I forget that this is a very old set. Like, it's really old. It's got, like, the new border, but it's just bordering on, like, being the difference. You know, it's like when they changed, it's very close to when they changed to a new border, but it's still damn old. Tap creatures you control may block as though they were untapped. So it's like they have vigilance in a weird way. You can attack, but you can also block. That's just a fancy way of saying vigilance. I guess it's okay. It's got a unique ability. No problem. Were you saying too slow for my Azami? Don't you dare speak badly about Azami. How dare you? Masako needs to lighten up a bit. Maybe watch the Spaceball. Yeah, Spaceballs? Absolutely. Welcome, David. I'm doing great. Is this where Lava Spike came from? You might be right. This came from Champions of Kamigawa. This is like a defining card for the burn decks. They don't have that many deal 3 damage for 1 mana cards. This saw play in Legacy, Modern. It would definitely see play in, what's it called, Pioneer, if it was legal. This is a great card. Now, it doesn't deal 3 damage to anything. You can only target the players, but for 1 mana, you can't go wrong. Anyway, this is an amazing card. If they had, it sometimes makes me wonder if Burn had access to like 40 lava spikes, would that be good enough to win? I don't know. It's a question a lot of people should ask themselves. What's Darkstar Ashura? What's your thoughts on how parasitic arcane spells were? I have no. Oh, the parasitic arcane. I never played around this era, so I have no idea how good or bad these cards are. And in competitive Magic, no one splices onto arcane ever. Okay, Alan Baird with Conda's Banner, underrated board pump. Barely see that banner. 2 mana equipment. Conda's Banner can be attached only to a legendary creature. Well, whatever. You're playing commanders, so they're gonna have at least 1. Creatures that share a color with the equipped creature get +1/+1. Creatures that share a creature type with equipped creature get +1/+1. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is underrated. It's a 4 mana anthem. Yeah, it's just a 4 mana anthem. And you can spend that mana whenever you want. Pay 2 here. Pay 2 now, pay 2 later. For 2 easy installments of 2 mana a turn, you also can pump up your team. You can pump it up twice if it's a themed deck, if it's a kindred deck. Okay, Turiach with Minamo. Oh, I am fond of this card. Does everyone know the secret tech to Minamo, School at Water's Edge? Now, the commander players think it is only spent to pay a blue and untap target legendary permanent. It also taps for blue mana. But little did you know its hidden abilities. Alright, take a seat. Alright, it's not an island, which means it plays around Choke, plays around Boil. Now, what else does it do? Doesn't get hit by no, it does get hit by Back to Basics. What does it not get hit by? Okay, maybe that's it. Choke and Boil. I swear this does something else, but I don't remember anymore. I haven't played Minamo in a long time. Gets hit by blood. Yeah, I know. That's not a good thing. All of a sudden, it has a lot of downsides as well. Can get hit by Wasteland. Yeah, the secret tech. The secret tech has ended really quickly. All right, Spectral Maniac with Through the Breach. I'll see myself out the door. Anyway, Manam was a great card. Through the Breach. Also deserved a reprint like years ago. Through the Breach. To the combo deck. Again, another massive combo card. Red for generic. Instant Arcane. Put a creature card from your hand into play. That creature gains haste. Sacrifice that creature at end of turn. You have any idea what things have been thrown at me with Through the Breach? Emrakul, the Ion's Torn. This has been thrown at me. I've been hit by Grizzlebrand. I've been hit by World Spine Worm. All right, and see, this card is insane because you hit me for 15 and then it dies and you get 3 5/5 creatures. I mean, it's completely broken. I guess it would take many more years. I don't know what they threw at you back in the day, but it would take many more years for really to make this card go over the top. Anyway, great card. Definitely a big winner. Okay, Ecos. What do you got for us today? We got Honor Worm Shaku. Oh, sorry. Honor Worn Shaku. This is some sort of artifact to add 1 mana. That's incredibly sad so far. Tap an untapped legendary permanent you control. Untapped Honor Worn Shaku. It's like a bad Springleaf Drum, right? Tap an untapped legendary permanent. Sword. Actually, I mean, I guess it adds 2 mana. So you tap it for mana, tap your legendary permanent. I'm not really fond of this card. I don't think it's all that impressive. Too much mana. Okay, we got Hefty. Godo. Oh, you people love your Godos. The Bandit. Okay, Godo is a 6 mana 3/3 human barbarian. A legendary creature. So you can play it as your commander. We also have, when entering the battlefield, you may search your library for an equipment card, put onto the battlefield, then shuffle. You're going to find a combo piece, I know it. When Godo attacks for the first time each turn, untap it, and all samurai you control. After this phase, there's additional combat phase. Both abilities are pretty broken, so very, very good. Ooh, Keiga. Now that's... I like Keiga, but I find that the card is underwhelming when I play with it. I also like this art way more. Blue 5 generic, 5/5 flyer. When Keiga's the Tide Star is put into a graveyard from play, gain control of target creature. And that's the problem, like... It's basically a 6 mana 5/5 flyer. And, like, no one wants this thing to die. So you have to kill it yourself. And then if it die, like, and no one's gonna let it die unless there's like nothing really good that it's gonna steal. So sadly, I like this card. It's in blue. I like the effect, but it never does. It never does what I want it to do. Maybe in the right deck where you can sack it to steal other people's stuff, and maybe this is the legendary creature. But then if this is your commander, you probably don't have many sack outlets unless they're artifacts. Well, okay. What is... Okay, Abzo. Make token copy with it? Oh, and then it dies at end of turn? You're thinking the right things. That's a good idea, Abzo. Great idea. Yeah, make tokens that get sacked at end of turn. Steal everything. Somebody's played with Kaiga before. Okay, Blaze with Kiku. Knight's Flower. This is a black 1/1 human assassin for 4 mana tap. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. This is like a I wouldn't say it's like a crappy royal assassin, but like you don't even get the ability immediately. Target creature, I guess, and it's so vulnerable. No, I can't say this is good. This looks like too much work to get online. Die to a brisk breeze of the wind. It's a 1/1 creature. Okay, next up... Oh, I have super chats. Look, we got another one from Ecos. Shisato! Okay, let's look at Shisato. Whispering Hunter. Snakes be danger. Oh, yeah, the snakes. They got snakes with arms, legs, all sorts of anatomy. This was a... very strange snakes on the Kamigawa block. There's somehow the gene pools really merged with a lot of other creature types on this plane. Okay, we got a green 3 generic 2/2 snake warrior. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a snake. Whenever Shisato Whispering Hunter deals deals combat damage to a player. That player skips. Oh, they only skip their untap step. Still, that's pretty strong. Your upkeep, you have to sack a snake. I can't tell if this is good or not. This might be good. It might be awkward. And if this thing deals damage to the opponent, they had like nothing in play. Maybe they don't even need to skip their untap step because they just have all their open mana up. I don't know. Seems awkward. Yeah, the Nagas are now the Snecks. Snakes on a Kamigawa. Snakes on a temple. Coming soon to I don't know, theater near you. All right, you hear the music. That means we gotta thank our sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com. And you better believe, here is the best deal of the entire year. It is the Boxing Week sale. Save up to 25% off store-wide items. Up to. So some things are not 25%, but a lot of them are. And then from December 25th to December 30th, what do they have? Oh, if you exceed $300, you save an additional 5% on your order. Damn it, I didn't read that part. I'm an idiot. I think I bought like $285 worth of stuff just a day ago. Anyway, greatest deal of the week. My coupon code will not work because the deal is so good. But if there is no deal online, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Rent! Don't buy, rent. If you want to play every deck in the format of all formats possible, you want to rent with Mana Traders. Get the full feel of all Magic cards. You'll have every strategy under your belt. Know your enemy by playing their deck. You can do that using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_1JV. Whatever my coupon code is on my latest video, because these things expire every so often. Okay, next up. It's Boxing Day yet? It's Boxing Day today, as of this show. David with Maloku. This card is good in Cube. I played this once, and it was just busted. Okay, hold on. What do you say? It's becoming my favorite card in my weird Teamer lands deck. So it's a blue 4 generic 2/4 with flying. It doesn't look like it should have flying, but it flies. You pay 1, return a land you control to its owner's hand to put a 1/1 blue illusion creature token with flying into play. In a pickle, you can just tap all your lands, return them back, and you have a 1/1 army. You either can use that to block or just go and kill your opponent in like a few turns. So actually, it's a weirdly good card. It is a weirdly good card. I'll give it the thumbs up. Not overpowering, but not terrible. And it again, flying. I don't understand the flying thing, but it's useful. Next super chat coming from Platonic Liquid. Mom, we have Dismember at home. The pull under. So it's a bad Dismember is what you're telling me? Okay, we got a black 5 generic. Oh, God! This card is so awful. Target for 6 mana. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Dismember would not come out, I think, for a few more sets later. I guess Wizards saw that this card was seeing 0 play, for good reason. That's a lot of mana. Oh, but it's got Arcane. It can be abused. Yeah, get out of here. That's never happened. Okay. Oh, Elwinter, Azusa, Lost But Seeking. Is that coming from this set? Is Azusa? This is her origin story. It is. Hold on, where's the OG? We need the ancient scripture. All right, green 2 generic, 1/2 human monk for all the ramp players out there, and also the Primeval Titan players out there. You can play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. Wild card. This used to be insanely expensive, but they've reprinted the crap out of this thing. How many copies of Azusa do we have? What's your favorite Azusa? Ooh, I love these sort of full art cards. Very, very nice. Oh my God, this is a banger. I would definitely choose this one. This is a secret lair drop Azusa. They gave her a few arts. Honestly, they're all pretty good. Maybe the least one I like is the original. All the other one, this is a really good reprint art. Yup. Azusa aged very well in terms of the reprints. Very, very good. Very, very good reprint cards. Yeah, very waifu art. That's true. Waifu art. Art in the set overall is actually pretty good overall. I can't, like, Sensei's Divining Top is a banger art, which honestly is hard to compete with. So is Minamo. Very, very banger art. Little off topic, but Reinforced Ronin has become my Nami #1 Kamigawa card. What is that? Reinforced Ronin? Ronin? Who is Ronin? The Reinforced Ronin. Oh, this is the other Kamigawa card. Don't worry, we'll get to Neon Dynasty one day. Slow down. Okay, Arcanus with Cranial Extraction. Very cranial-like. It's a black 3 generic arcane spell. Sorcery. Name a non-land card. Search target player's graveyard, hand, and library for all cards with that name and remove them from the game. Poof, they're gone. Then that player shuffles their library. Honest, like, it's not bad, but there's like a lot of other cards that are just better than this because they're at like 3 mana or at 1 mana, frankly. Well, maybe not 1 mana. That's like surgical extraction like. So I don't know. They're like, it's okay, but there are better. So it was probably good at the time. It was probably good at the time. We did Ghostly Prison. Great card. Ecos with the Kiki Jiki. Mirror Breaker. Boring mention, but good. Another combo defining card. Also, great original art. Red, 2 generic, 2/2 Goblin Shaman Haste. Tap, put a token into play. That's a copy of target non-legendary creature you control. That creature token has haste. Sack it at end of turn. Yeah, basically, when Kiki Jiki, Mirror Breaker, enters the battlefield, your opponent is, like, suffering very badly. You know the game is over. Or you gotta make sure, or sometimes there's a bit of a game. Because they gotta copy the token. If your opponent says, okay, your Kiki Jiki resolves, then the player's like, when do I copy this token? If I try to copy when do I copy this creature? If I try to copy this creature, they could kill it with a removal spell. If they kill it with a removal spell, I don't get my combo. I must wait for them to try to kill the creature. But then if I wait for them, then I'm not comboing off. What are decisions? Shoots me, people just go for it. It's like, okay, you got a removal spell, Let's see it. Kiki off with Restoration Angel. What else? Deceiver Exarch, Pestermite. There's a million ways. Again, the combo players were salivating back then. Vitor with Kokusho. Kokusho. The Evening Star. This is a black 4 generic 5/5 a Flying Dragon Spirit, and when it's put into the graveyard from play, each opponent loses 5 life, and you gain life equal to life lost this way. So it's basically a big gray merchant almost. They're gonna suck up your life if you die. All right, we all lose 5 life. That's true, but I'm gonna gain 5 life for each of that life that you lost. I gained 15. Okay, we got Gillum with Marrow-Gnar. Doesn't even sound. This sounds like a Shadowmoor card or something. It's like, but it's not Marrow. It's Marrow. Okay, it's a black 3 generic 2/3 rat rogue. Oh, rats have fear, but they're not scared. You're scared of them. Yeah, I'm reading this. This reads so wrong. All rats have fear. It sounds like the rats are scared. Imagine giving this to someone who has no idea what Magic the Gathering is. They would that's how they would interpret it. All right, tap, sack a rat. Put X 1/1 rat, black rat creature tokens into play, where X is the number of rats you control. It's like a bad or really bad version of Krenko. Bad version of Krenko is still bad. Damn the rat colonies. There are a lot of rats out there. Okay, next super chat coming from Elfenerd. Have you done Desperate Ritual? We have not. Don't get desperate around here. We got Desperate Ritual from Champions of Kamigawa. The red 1 generic art. This I once saw got spliced on me. This happened once. They added red. I don't even remember the combo deck. They add red to your mana pool. Yeah, it's 2 mana, add 3. So it's basically like a... What's it called? Simian Spirit Guide you have to pay for. That's effectively what it is. Simian Spirit Guide that costs mana. Yeah, we did Sensei Divining Tom. This also is broken. A lot of combo decks played this card. Combo is a little kept in line these days. We have so many cards to defeat combo. Like a long time ago, these ritual decks just took over Magic. But nowadays, like, rituals are not that broken. Maybe still broken in maybe Pauper. Is this legal? It's actually legal in Pauper. Oh, no. In Pauper, you guys ban win conditions. You don't ban enablers. In Legacy and Modern, we ban enablers. We don't ban win conditions. For the most part. Yeah, great card. You got combo. You can combo off with this damn thing. Skip your turns with Desperate Rituals. Okay, next we've got Lucas. Better Pyretic Ritual? Pyretic Ritual. What is this one? This came... Oh, well, it's the same thing, but it's not from Champions of Kamigawa. We gotta stick to the show around here. Dark Star Ashura with Masako, the Humorless. Oh, we did this one. So garbage. I think I gave it my approval. I gave it my blessing. Look, they're hating on your cards there. Darkstar is hating on the cards. Okay, we'll donate the super chats to IT's Generals Kabuto. Oh, we looked at that one as well. So that one was also good. Okay, let's look at Toad's Blessed Death. Toad's been here from the beginning. Toads knows what's been chosen, what has not been chosen. Oh, sorry. Blessed Breath. Yeah, I guess your death would not be very blessed, now would it? So, white instant. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, and you can splice onto Arcane. Not... You know what? Actually, cards like this... Why does this... People are starting to turn around to playing these types of cards in their decks. You know, like Veil of Summer sees play. Now, it needs a little bit more to it. Like, even in Hammer Time in Modern, they're playing a card that gives their creatures hexproof, but also gives themselves hexproof. So long as it can protect you and your creatures at the same time, it's got the thumbs up. But this only protects your creatures, so it gets the thumbs down. The Vakistan. Love the avatar. Okay, Generals Kabuto is where I thought Magic had gone too far. Really? I don't think it's that bad. It's an equipment that gives you, like, basically hexproof and preventing damage to your, like, combat damage to your creatures. It could be way worse. So many splice spells have potential, but not enough splice to be decent. Yeah, I know. Not enough splice or arcane. And it's so expensive. But I guess they had to make it expensive. It's possible it was just broken. Tommy, how have we not done Kodama's Reach? Kodama doing the reach around. Oh, and you better believe this thing can reach around anywhere. It's just a floating hand. Okay, it's a green 2 generic arcane sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put one onto the battlefield, tap, and the other into your hand, then shuffle. Oh, this came from... Wow, this has been reprinted a million times. I'm gonna assume this is good. I don't even know if this is good. It's 3 mana ramp. A card comes into play, card goes into your hand. It's a 2-for-1. I guess it's okay. This card sees no competitive play, but probably it's like a casual commander all-star. Casual commander all-star. Ecos! Glimpse of Nature. This card is so good that it's banned in some formats! By formats, I mean one format, Modern. Okay, it is a green sorcery. Whenever you play a creature spell this turn, draw a card. Now, this has been traditionally a way to win with elves, because the elves, especially with Heritage Druid, you tap a bunch of creatures with Heritage Druid, add mana, Glimpse of Nature, play elves, play another elf, tap the elves for more mana, draw elves, play cards. Also, I heard people could play this in Affinity. That's pretty sick, actually, to play, like, because Affinity is just full of creatures that are, like, basically cost 0 if you have enough artifacts in play. So you have a bunch of affinity creatures, and you keep playing your affinity creatures, drawing cards, play affinity creatures, draw cards. I think that's really cool. Glimpse of Nature, great card. What else do we have here? Kodama's Reach Around certainly helps. Yeah, helps the ramp. Helps the ramp. The elves never stop until they hit Critter Hoof, then they kill you. Corey, green, gold. Oh, you mean this card? I don't think that's a real card, right? It could be. Can never tell what's a real card and what's not. I feel like there's only 3 people suggesting cards. We have like Arcanus, Sam, and Toads. They're just like on it all day here. Okay, Arcanus with Jugan, the Rising Star. Another one of these things. They all suck in my opinion. Or most of them are terrible. Okay, this one's 6 mana for a 5/5 flyer. I mean, they're all 6 mana for 5/5 flyers. But if this one dies, you may distribute 5+1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures. If you don't have a Sacklight Outlet, this thing just sucks. Get counters. Take my power. Take my 5/5 power, give it to somebody else. Oh, it's not the OG art? Okay, let's look at the OG art. Looks more of a snake here. We did Sensei's Divining Top. I think we did a lot of the super big iconic ones at this point. We've gone through them all. Blaze. Kusari. Gamma is rather interesting. Board wipe or unblockable. 3 mana equipment. Equipped creature has pay 2. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. That's awful. When equipped creature deals damage to a blocking creature, Kusari Gamma deals that much damage to each other creature defending player controls. That is weird. I have no idea if that is, like, good or bad. And equipped for 3. How is this a board wipe? I mean, it, like, I don't know if you're up against a tokens player. Overall, not thrilled about Kusari Gamma. Not very excited. Yeah, okay, I gave Arcanus the OG art. We give the OGs around here. Is Jite from Champion? I think it is. Umazawa's. Oh, it's from Betrayers. No. Okay, that's for another show. I think the next 2 review shows, we'll just bang out the other 2 Kamigawa shows. I should probably have done these in, like, blocks anyway. So while we keep the block fresh in our head. We did Boseiju. Next up, Arethusa's Hanabi Blast. Hanabi Blast. Kaboom. Okay, this is a red 1 generic instant. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Return Hanabi Blast to its owner's hand, then discard a card at random. But you might end up discarding the Hanabi Blast. Oh, this is not particularly interesting around here. 3 mana for 2 damage. And frankly, some random card in your hand might deal more damage. And you have to return it. You cannot put it into the graveyard unless it's discarded at random. So anyway. No way. Jose. Darkstar Ashura with Tekeno Samurai General. We didn't do this one. Shame Bushido sucks? Oh, it's shame it sucks. You wish it was better, huh? 6 mana for a 3/3. Bushido 2! It blocks or becomes blocked. It gets bigger and stronger. You feel my blade. Each other samurai you control gets +1/+1 for each point of Bushido it has. Only the other ones, though. Oh, well. I mean, it makes Bushido better, right? Not playing this thing myself. Hinaria! We got Clean Fall. That's right. You got to start going to the bottom of the barrel type cards. Oh, we have a Destroy All Enchantments for a white 2 generic. Blow them all up. There's better cards out there that do the same thing. Who gave Kiki a bazooka? When did that happen? Okay, we have another super chat from Ecos. Last card. Hull the Bandit Lord. Oh, that thing is a banger. I've lost to that card several times. It was played in a lot of Devoted Druid decks. Okay, Hull the Bandit Lord. Legendary land. It comes with battlefield tapped, but you can pay 3 life. I know that's a lot of life, but you're gonna like it. You add 1 mana to your mana pool, and if the mana is spent on a creature spell, it has haste. So if you have basically any creature-based deck, creature-based combo deck, you're going to want to play it off of a Hull of the Bandit Lord, because you immediately has haste, and you can immediately try to win the game off of it. So great card. It's definitely... It can danger at the right moment. It can danger. Did we do Kodama Station Disaster? Let's look. Kodama. All these names. Oh, the Center Tree. Oh, it's a Betrayer's card. Disqualified. Has to be Champions. We're in Champions Land. It's got to have those arches. The beautiful arches. We did Sakura Tribe Elder. You got to start throwing out random, like, jank commons or something. Turiat with the Uba mask. Uba. Aha! 4 mana artifact. If a player would draw a card, that player removes the top card from the game face up instead. Each player may play cards he or she removed from the game with Uba Mask this turn. Oh my god, this just creates chaos. Who's gonna play my cards? Who's gonna play them better, me or them? Anyway, this is not a particularly good card, but it's not a bad card. It's just there to like just completely mess up the game. If you like to mess up the game, you want the Uba Mask. Put the mask of your opponents on your face. Okay, next super chat coming straight from King Ginger. Honda of Seeing Wind for the Shrines players. Or sorry, Honden. So anyone who loves Shrines, I remember this specifically was a commander staple at a time. It was like so good. It was like 5 mana, draw 2 cards a turn. Who else is still playing Honden of the Seeing Winds? It's a blue 4 generic legendary enchantment shrine. Let's get the OG one. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card for each shrine you control. Now, even having just 1 shrine was worth it, because you drew 2 cards a turn. It was like a one-sided Howling Mine. So it was good. And I would say it's still not that bad either. If you like drawing 2 cards a turn, which I do. I love drawing 2 cards a turn. Okay, we got Lucas with Reach Through Mists. Oh, we looked at this card. This set is big. Come on, the set is big. How do we have so many repeats? Abzo with Heartless Hidetsugu. I could tell who is most passionate about the set based on how many suggestions they give. Okay, red 3 generic for a 4/3 Ogre Shaman. Tap. Heartless Hidetsugu deals damage to each player equal to half that player's life total rounded down. Very powerful effect. Yeah, you tap and it's like you got hit, I guess, by an ogre. I don't know any better way to put this, but only half the life. I don't understand the flavor of that, but a good card. Uba Mask doesn't allow you to play other people's spells. All it does is prevent cards from going into your hand. Oh, is that how it works? Backspace. Okay, if a player would draw a card, the player removes the card from the game and face up instead. Each player may play cards. Oh, that they are removed. Okay, I misinterpreted what the card says. Even the Oracle text is basically the same. Each player may play lands and cast spells from among cards they exiled. I think the Oracle text is actually clear. This one is each player may play cards they remove from the game with Uba Mask. That sounds like anyone can play their cards. This one is a little bit more clear. Each player may play lands and cast spells from among cards they exiled with Uba Mask this turn. I like it worded like that. Oracle text says all. Okay, next super chat from the Fungi. Thank you very much for your super chat. Tide of War, if it hasn't been done already. It has not. Thank you very much, Fungi. Tide of War is a red 4 generic enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures blocks, flip a coin. We're coin flipping now here. If you win the flip, the defending player sacrifices all blocking creatures. What? They sack all their creatures, otherwise the attacking player sack. You have to sack yours? Oh my god, this is such a damn gamble. Alright, it's time for, and it's an enchantment. It happens no matter what. This card's terrible. Okay, it's very good at creating chaos, but I would never play this card. So just remove all the skill out of the game. I guess you have to be careful what you block. No, you know what? No, this is interesting. So, like, it's good for token decks, I think. So you can attack with some number of tokens, and like whatever, if your opponent blocks, I mean, it's like if you attack with a bunch of 1/1s, you have nothing to lose. They have everything to lose if they block. You're probably just gonna replace the tokens anyway. Heartless Hidetsugu is Betrayers of Kamigawa. It was it? You are right. Oh, disqualified. Well, where's my disqualification sound effect? Thank you very much, Platonic Liquid. We'll just pretend that card didn't exist. Oh, we did Moloku. Great card. We'll go with... I'm gonna go with anything I haven't seen before. Reverse the Sands from Arcanus. You love the set, don't you, Arcanus? You loved Kamigawa. You must have loved Neon Dynasty when it came out. All right, white 6 generic. Sorcery. Redistribute any number of players' life totals? What the F does that mean? Each of those players gets 1 life total back? I don't know what this card does. I need an oracle text. I need a judge. Redistribute any number of players' life totals. Each of those players gets 1 life total back. That means absolutely nothing to me. You choose which player gets which life total when the spell resolves. You can't split up a life total when you redistribute it. For example, suppose that in a 2-player game, your life total is 5, your opponent's life total is 15. When Reverse the Sand starts to resolve, you can choose to A, leave life totals as they are, or B, make your life total 15, your opponent 5. You cannot choose to make your life total 20. Oh, I get it. So we're just doing a switcheroo. So if your opponent has 40, you have 2 life, you can switch them. Okay, then they should have just said that. Switcheroo any number of life totals. That would have made a lot of sense to me. Yeah, exactly. This is like, I'm going to shuffle your life totals. Let's all scramble them up and see who gets what life. Oh, Christopher B. showing up at just the right moment. Glacial Ray. I don't know how long you've been here, but you guessed a card that no one else has yet. Red 1 generic, instant. Glacial Ray deals 2 damage to target creature or player. It's better than that other card that you have to like bounce back to your hand and discard something at random. Displace onto Arcane. That being said, this card's stone cold trash by today's standards. We got the Hit Monkey with $1. Oh god, what did you suggest like a million years ago? Okay, I'm gonna look for your super chat. It's a pretty active. Okay, I found you. Hit Monkey. I love Misako the Humorless. She's great for anything that uses Convoke. Misako. Didn't we look at this one? Misako. Hold on. The Humorless. There we go. Masako. We saw this a million times, but you know what? That's a great comment. That this also helps with Convoke. So you convoke things in play, and your creatures aren't tapped. Well, they are tapped technically, but they can still block. The tap creatures that are still blocking around here. Yeah, this is the 3rd time. You people love your Masakos. Anyone bad-mouthing Masako? The Coffee Crew has something to say about you. It's shock but worse, right? Yeah, it's this last card. This is shock but worse. But you can splice it. You can add it to to another spell. You can do it. Okay, we've got Blaze, Orochi Egg Watcher. You got a lot of cards today, Blaze. The Egg Watcher. You watch them eggs. Oh my god, we need to look at more of these flip cards. Was Areo from this set? Okay, Orochi the Egg Watcher. A green 2 generic 1/1. It's a 3 mana tap. Put a 1/1 green snake creature token into play. If you control 10 or more creatures, flip Orochi. Anyway, this ability really sucks. But we flip it. I love this. I love this mechanic. I love the idea of just turning the card around. Pulling cards out of the sleeves and flipping them over, that's awful. I don't like it. Okay, we pay a green, sack a creature. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. This card got worse when we flipped it over. Just give me the front side. The back side got worse. I don't want to sack my creatures for the short-term gains. Look, when I make a token, it's there for forever. I like my tokens. Oh, is this where Squelch came from? Squelch is a great card. Squelch! It's a blue 1 generic instant. Counter target activated ability, and you draw a card. That's value. Great card. Not as good at... It would be nice if it hit triggered abilities as well, but you know what? We're going to be careful. We're not going to be too greedy. Areo was from Saviors. All right, we got to wait for Areo. Areo's my baby! Oh my god. I wish that was legal in Commander. Would that see CEDH play? I don't know. Lucas. Shashiro, the Anointed. Shashiro. Alright, it is a green 4 generic 3/4. Snake Monk. Other snakes you control get +2/+2. That's right, Snake Fam. The Snake Squad. Okay, whenever a snake you control deals combat damage to a player, you can draw a card too. That's amazing. Actually, I like this card a lot. If I had a snake deck, this would be probably my commander. Next up we go worst flip card, the Bushi. Bushi! Tenderfoot. Okay, we got a white 1/1. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Bushi this turn is put into a graveyard. That will never happen. It's a freaking 1/1 creature. We flip our Bushi. We flip our Bushi into a double 3. Wow, it gets quite big. It's a 3/4 double strike Bushido 2. But to get it to that is impossible. This card will die in combat to anything. It basically can't outmuscle a damn thing in the game except a Kahalni Garden. Card is stone cold garbage. Alright, that's it for Coffee and MTG today. It was a really nice time to go down memory lane of the Champions of Kamigawa. And you want to be part of the show, you got to be here. Weekdays, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Reminder to everyone that between December 20th and January 5th, or up to January 5th weekdays, we will have the show twice. A second show is at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you support by giving your suggestions, your cards through Super Chats. And we also have to thank the Coffee crew for being here this morning, like Sam, Platonic Liquid, Abzo, Toads, Tommy Siddons, Kankusha, Henrik. We got Fungi, Arcanus, Christopher B, Eco Space. We got Space Smorgy here. Who else do we have around here? We have a lot of people. Luca. Who's at the bottom here? Tommy Siddons, of course. Because you guys, David Sampson, you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.